Hey guys! Yesterday we made almond milk and we have almond pulp left over. This guy here, hope you didn't throw it away. I told you not to throw it away. Because today we're going to make crackers. Very yummy crackers. So, let's get started. You will obviously need your almond meal. We'll need some nutritional yeast, some salt, some baking powder, oil, flaxseed meal, garlic powder, and pepper. You will also need something to measure with, something to stir with, and something to roll with. You'll need a bowl and a couple pieces of parchment paper, in addition to a baking pan. And that's it. So, let's get started. Pour in the almond meal. Make sure that is in there. Awesome. Next, I put in our 2 tablespoons of this nutritional yeast. And I usually do heaping. The more you put in here, the more it's gonna be, I guess, a little tastier, a little stronger. So put in 2 tablespoons of our nutritional yeast. So we're done with that guy. And then we'll do 2 tablespoons of the flaxseed meal. And I also do heaping teaspoonfuls. Next, we have our olive oil. We'll do 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I don't typically measure, but I'm doing it for you. All right, so we got that. And this is just olive oil. So I suppose you could use a different type of oil. Since we're not going to be, this is going to be cooking at 350, so it's not going to get super hot in there. So olive oil would be fine. Next, after the olive oil, we're going to put in 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2. Perfect. And now we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of the garlic powder, the salt, and black pepper. Teeny tiny amounts here. That pepper just adds a nice little spice to it. And then we'll put in our salt. Super easy. Super. I don't know why we have to put super on the beginning of everything. Why can't it just be easy? Simple. It has to be super everything. But anyway, that's just one of my One of my weird pet peeves. Let's stir it up. So there's our mixture here. Doesn't look like much, but it smells good. So we'll mix that up. And the almond meal is what was left over from yesterday. Yesterday we used 1 cup of soaked almonds. So this almond meal came from 1 cup of soaked almonds. I'll put everything in the description below, all the ingredients, so you'll have that. And of course, ask me any questions. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say any questions. Questions about the crackers. You can ask me other things, but I may not answer. Okay. So we have that stirred up. We take our parchment paper, lay that out, and we'll pour this out on the paper. This should all fit on the paper. We'll see how we do. Only got 1 shot, folks. That's it, 1. I made these yesterday to practice, so we'll see. Let's see how many blenders I make. All right, so we have that. And then, yes, I'm reusing. I'm reusing because I made crackers yesterday. This is not dirty or anything. I just felt like I needed to explain. So, because I made these same crackers yesterday, so that I could have everything perfect for you guys watching. Because I know you probably really care about perfection. I hope not. If you care about perfection, I'm probably not your gal. So what we're doing now is just rolling the cracker mixture here. And we're just trying to get a nice even consistency. And we definitely want to thin it out, right? It should be like a Triscuit. Wait, is it a Triscuit? No, actually, I think it's a wheat thin. A wheat thin, so it's gonna be very tiny. Although, let me clarify, there's no wheat in this. And as far as gluten intolerance, from what I understand, from what I have read, these are completely fine for those with a gluten sensitivity. There's no gluten in it, and in fact the yeast is not the same type of yeast, you know, like the brewer's yeast, the quick yeast, for lack of a better term, but you know, the kind that you buy at the store, the quick rising yeast. The nutritional yeast is not that, so these crackers should be fine for those that are sensitive to gluten. There's no gluten in them. So, here we go. All right, I think we have rolled that thin enough. Let's see what we got here. Right? Maybe just a little bit of thinning out. Oh, these smell so good. Mmm. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna go preheat the oven, which we should have done a little bit ago, but I'm gonna go do that right now. So we wanna preheat the oven to 350. And peel this top part off here. Let's see what we have. Nice little mixture. Now, take our baking sheet and just gently roll that on. Okay, you can see that there. So, have that ready to go. Now, one more thing. Now for this, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut our crackers. So, you can use a long knife. That's what I'm gonna use today. Or some people, and I have used this as well, use a pizza cutter. Pizza cutter? Is that what this is called? I know that sounds strange. Sometimes, do you ever have that where you say something that, like a word just sounds so odd and you've used it your whole life and then all of a sudden it just seems like a completely foreign word? I don't know. I'm sure you have. I think we all have that. Anyway, so I guess I am going to be using the pizza cutter. I'm pretty sure this is called something else. If you know of another name for this, let me know. Okay, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just making them into squares. So I'm just cutting little squares. Nice straight lines. There we go. Okay, so that's what we have. And now we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to put this in the oven for 25 minutes and see what we have after 25 minutes. So let me go do that and I will see you guys in 25 minutes because I seriously doubt you want to just watch me twiddle my thumbs. That'll be in another video. Okay, see you guys in a few. Okay guys, so it has been actually 30 minutes for this batch and I'm waiting for the beeper to go off. We've got about 10 more seconds and I'm gonna pull it out of the oven and it should be, well, I'll show you what it looks like, but we're going to flip the crackers over and just check to see if they're getting crispy, which I know these are, and that's why I left them in for another 5 minutes. Okay. Not quite sure why I turned my oven off, but anyway. Okay, so let's take a look at the crackers. You can see here that some of them are darker than the other ones. These may be too wet still, but I'm gonna check. We'll just see where they are. They're looking pretty good, especially the ones on the end. So what I may do for the ones on the end that are definitely good, put them with the ones I made yesterday. don't know why the change in tone of voice. Anyway, I'm weird, y'all. I'm weird. Anyway, so I'm putting the ones that are nice and crisp. I'm putting them in my little container here because we're not going to pop those back in the oven. Those guys are ready to eat. But I'm leaving all the other ones that are not as crisp. Nobody likes a burnt cracker. Well, I guess some people do. Actually, I guess sometimes I do. Anyway, okay. Please excuse me. You can just go ahead and press the mute button. I like to talk to myself. Although I'm not talking to myself because you guys are out there. Anyway, okay, so now we have just a few left. Well, more than a few, but most of them are in there. So I'm gonna pop them back in the oven for probably another 5 minutes. So we'll see. We just wanna make sure that they're really nice and crisp. And 5 minutes. All right, perfect. So I will see you guys in 5 minutes, and you should have the crackers completely done. So I'll see you in a few. All right, so what do you think? I think those look pretty good. So I'll add that to the stash here, and that's that. Let me know how they turned out. Let me know if you enjoyed them. You know, you can add different spices to this recipe, and I'd love to know what you decided to put in there. You know, maybe you make them like this and add different spices. I would love to know. So also let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next video.